Garrett.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
Can you talk about your outing today? And you probably are unhappy with the 3 walks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the results aren't where we want it to be, but worked out of some jams today. Had some weak contact that ended up falling. Had some first pitch hits that I gave up. That's baseball. But yeah, I mean, I'm healthy, moving in the right direction. Continuing to get my timing with my lower half and my upper half kind of synced up. That's been kind of the issue so far. And then worrying about my front side, not clearing out too early. So it's just all mechanical stuff right now.
Garrett, is it fair to say you haven't really been comfortable so far in the 2 starts?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's spring training and you're working on stuff. I'm just trying to feel some familiar things, just working through
it. Typically for you, at what point does that start to come together during spring training?
Hopefully towards the end, that's what spring training's for, though. So, let's get it all out. Let's get it all out now and start to sharpen the knife towards the end, and then hopefully we're clicking by the end.
Did you have problems with your mechanics early in the past?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been in mechanic mode for about 5 years now with all the injuries that I've had. So, like I said, I'm just trying to get back out there and get back into my rhythm and get back to throwing the ball the way I know how to throw it. It's taken a little time with all the injuries I've had and all the years that I've missed with baseball. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get back to where I was before.
Garrett, how much of that can you work on in between starts in spring training? I mean, it's not like the regular season with maybe that sense of urgency if you have something to correct between outings, but what have you been trying to do between appearances down here? We've
been on 6 days rest, so I've been throwing 2 bullpens in between. So I've been getting off the mound a lot. And me and Bushy are, just trying to iron some things out. We're still learning each other as well. So, as far as terminology and things that I like to hear, or the things that I'll say as far as pitching mechanics go, just a couple of things in between that I try and do that'll kind of get me back on track. He's starting to figure out too. So, we're learning a lot about each other as well. So, it's early. It's early in spring training, and it is just spring training. So,
Garrett, do you think all teams have to be very careful with the pitches this year?
Very, very careful, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's throwing harder these days, and throwing a baseball is not physically proper for the human body. So, yeah, everybody's trying to do whatever they can to stay healthy. You can't help the team if you're not on the field. I know that pretty well. So, nobody wins a championship by getting hurt. Everybody's got to stay healthy for the whole season.
Garrett, in addition to some of the adjustments you're trying to make because of time lost and compensating for some injuries, have you typically maybe taken a little longer to get in sync because of your size? Taller pitchers sometimes have a lot of moving parts, and it's difficult to maybe synchronize them as quickly. Have you found that to be an issue in the past?
Yeah, I throw across my body. I kind of got a lot going on when I throw a baseball. And so, I have 2 or 3 things that I have in my brain that are kind of checkpoints throughout my delivery that I try and stay as consistent as possible. Right now I'm doing it every once in a while, but I'm not doing it as much as I'd like. So it's just about the reps. It's just about, getting the brain connected with the body. Just trying to get back on track, man. It's baseball.
Gary, just with you're talking about you got to be a little bit more careful this year. You guys are getting a little extra rest this spring, and what is that like? Kind of going on 6 days. I'm sure you've done it plenty of times before, but there's a lot of talk about 6-man rotations now. Do you like going on extra rest, or is it harder for you to kind of get in a rhythm?
Like I said, I throw 2 bullpens in between typically if I'm on 6 days, so I don't like to go that long without touching the bump. So I think as long as you develop a routine that you're comfortable with that allows you to not disengage from the mound for too long before your start, I think it's totally fine. You know, obviously guys aren't going to get as many starts a year. You know, 32 or 33 starts isn't going to be a full season of starts anymore. So, I mean, the game's changing. You know, I'm here for, I'm along for the ride, man.